I wanted to begin by sharing my source of greatest light as well as inspiration in my life. My two children, Noah and Leia, who are both here today, my 8-year-old son Noah and my daughter who is 5, Leia. So I actually asked them, what would be the most important thing that I should share today with all of you? So Noah said, Amma, the ABCs of mindfulness. Leia said, how to be calm, Amma, by using calming hands. So I'm going to have the opportunity to share that with you here today. But the reason why I shared this is as an example that children are inherently mindful. They engage and explore the world with genuine and authentic curiosity. They don't make matters more complex than they need to be. They just say things as they are. This is consistent with the children that we work and serve at Ivy Child International. Ivy Child International is an organization whose mission is to enhance the social and emotional well-being of children while embracing their multicultural needs, using positive psychology and education as a uniting force to inspire resilience and leadership. Our work at Ivy Child spans from areas of natural devastation, as well as working in some of the toughest neighborhoods and inner cities across the world. But what happens over time is children who are inherently mindful are met with life, and oftentimes adults in their lives telling them how to be, who to be, what to say, what not to say, and where mindfulness once dwelled is now overcome by anxiety, anguish, anger even, and other negative emotions. So hence the need to cultivate positivity in children in a way they can overcome and conquer any level of challenge, adversity that they might be facing. The ability to build capacity and positivity within children really drives a sense of having them recognize themselves, having them identify with their own inner potential, their inner capacities, their inner strength, to know that they can then broaden and build to overcome any circumstance. But oftentimes, when we are met with children, when we spend time with them, how focused are we in our time with them? If we can just recall the few moments we have in our day, perhaps with our own child or children we might come into interact with, are we truly present? Or are we stretched ourselves by the daily marathon of life and the daily balancing act that we all try to accomplish? How many people feel stressed and stretched? It happens to us all. And the importance of being able to balance our own lives and truly being present, because if we're feeling that stress and that angst with kids, the kids are certainly feeling it too. So just imagine if we were able to spend whatever time we had with our children in any capacity, not so much by measuring it by way of quantity, but by way of quality, in a way that we were truly present, truly engaged, in a way that we didn't harbor or exercise any judgment, and we just appreciated time with them just as it is. When we think about being truly present and this possibility and this practice of being truly mindful, in exercising both our inner potentialities to overcome any given obstacle, there are times where life happens and we feel crippled. We feel consumed by that daily challenge and those problems. So what is the difference between those that seem devoured and defined by life's obstacles versus those that are able to overcome, flourish, and transform tragedy into triumph? If we think of a bamboo plant that grows and raises tall towards its limitless potential of the sky, but whose roots are closely intertwined and anchored, that greater connected to a sense of both family and community, that's the kind of courage, vitality, and will we wish to instill in our own children. And when I think of the best ambassador or an individual who has been able to exercise this with courage, vitality, and with just that, with grit. I think of Malala Yousafzai. Malala, who's our global youth ambassador, was shot in the head 2 years ago by the Taliban for standing for education for young women. And I'd like to share this quote by Malala. "Nothing changed in my life except this. Weakness, fear, and hopelessness died. Strength, power, and courage were born. I am the same Malala. My ambitions are the same. My hopes are the same. My dreams are the same." This one young child, this youth, has been able to create a global movement around her stand for education and women's rights. She's been able to ignite and share not only her own innate light, but that of an entire world. She's been able to inspire individuals and children and youth of all ages across nations with her vitality, her ability to persevere, and her ability to transform tragedy into triumph. And so I'm going to give you a glimpse of how we achieve that, both in my own humble effort in my own home, as well as at Ivy Child. So, ensured by Noah that we cover the ABCs of mindfulness. The A covers enhancing our own attention and awareness to all that we do, truly being present and attentive, enhancing our awareness beginning with ourselves and then our surroundings, creating balance and exercising wisdom, not only in a way by our actions and words, but even with what we nourish our bodies with. What are we eating? How much are we sleeping? How does that impact our mood and our ability to both react or even curb our impulses when they might not be that constructive, as well as exercising compassion, not only for other people, but also for ourselves, giving ourselves that permission to be human. We all experience the spectrum of human emotion. However, how we deal, how we respond, how we react to that emotion, whether it be constructive or destructive, being able to cultivate the positive emotions and be able to regulate those negative emotions as they start to arise. So where it begins and ends in our home and all that we do at Ivy Child is beginning and ending our day in meditation. And so Calming Hands, ensured by Noah, that we added today, is an introductory meditation technique that we actually teach everyone, individuals of all ages, where we essentially find triggers in our life that both trigger negative emotion and positive. And Viktor Frankl has a wonderful quote where he shares, "Between the stimulus and response lies a moment." And it is in that moment we teach to empower our children to embrace. We may not be able to control the stimulus or the stimuli or the matters that come at us. However, we can choose and control our response and reaction. So by way of Calming Hands, we introduce the mere ability to count and breathe. So we count 1, breathing in peace, breathing out all of our negative emotion. 2, breathing in peace, breathing out all of our worries, anguish, and angst. 3, breathing in peace. And similarly, we do the entire process 1 through 10. This in schools are mounted both in the classroom as well as in homes. And the other way we synchronize both our awareness and our breath is by way of yoga. And we actually dance yoga. So we synchronize the program to actually reflect the multicultural populations that we serve. So whether it be doing yoga and dancing to salsa, merengue, bachata, or even perhaps Bollywood, we excite and engage kids in a way that they not only find a fun and engaging way to exercise and to enhance their own breathing and meditation techniques while synchronizing that with that of both nature. So they synchronize their breath to that of the ocean, or perhaps even the wave meditation for children who have difficulty sitting still. Another technique that we use, and actually this is something I practice even in my own home every day, the three of us actually do together, is actually keeping a visioning journal. And even though my 5-year-old hasn't always been able to spell full words and not even full sentence completely as of yet, it's a way to kind of chart out and renew our daily intention to our larger mission, whether it be small or great. And having that mission, having that intention be very clear and concrete. It can be very simple, such as, I wish to be at peace today. I wish to not be angered today. I wish to be an ambassador to peace. I want to be kind to someone today. And for kids, this evolves over time. And to see that evolutionary process of first images and then short words, and short words then into phrases, and phrases into sentences, it's remarkable to see that incredible lens into a child's vision for themselves as well as their lives and communities. We end each day in gratitude through the gratitude journal. And we actually focus in on things that are not material. If you ask a child, oftentimes in an inner city, what are you grateful for? The response is usually related to technology, cell phones, iPads, iPods perhaps, but really shifting a focus away from the material lens, but really focusing in on people, experiences, the environment. And cultivating gratitude and appreciation, we know, is not only good for our health, it also instills our ability to better navigate the seasons of life. The benefits of mindfulness. The benefits of mindfulness and mindfulness-based learning is incredibly vast. We know that it has multiple ways that it boosts our health and wellness, from our better ability to be able to sleep. It helps with chronic pain. It helps with anxiety, managing aggression, curbing behavioral issues, and we're actually seeing this in schools by way of a clear reduction in disciplinary sanctions that are in some places overwhelming. We also see this by way of productivity, creativity, and level of engagement. Kids are more creative. They're able to pay attention far more. They're actually able to concentrate as a result of practicing. Additionally, we have a growing body of academic research which shows the multidisciplinary benefits of mindfulness and mindfulness-based learning. The neurocognitive research shows that children are better ability to make decisions, and sound and constructive decisions. The growing body of social science research shows that kids are happier. They're more able to experience joy and have that joy last. And even in the face of adversity and trials and tribulations, they are able to persevere with effort and courage to overcome even the greatest levels of challenge. I wanted to give you a glimpse into my own foundation and where I come from. Another testament to why I truly believe that this works. This is a glimpse of my parents and my 2 older brothers, one who is here today, who are solely responsible for the haven that they created in our home. My greatest recollection of my childhood and our home is that of love, laughter, and learning. I was introduced to the arts at a very, very young age, and the arts and music quickly became my greatest passion and also solace. It's where I met every mountain and valley, and I also came from a family that has been practicing mindfulness for generations. Our goal in all that we do is instilling a culture of hope. Infusing hope where circumstances sometimes may seem unsurmountable for children. And that's really the goal in all that we do. And so what's been remarkable to me, even beyond the incredible body of white paper and academic research, has been how children actually feel more hopeful. And we measure this by way of quantitative as well as qualitative data, but really those testimonials where children are saying, I look at my life as though it is a lotus flower, and this is an image of a lotus origami exercise we did in one of our mindful art classes. And if we look at a lotus flower as if it is a reflection of our own lives, a beautiful flower that seeds and blossoms simultaneously in the muddiest and muckiest of circumstance, because that's life. There will be struggle, there will be challenge, and there will be endless paths of human suffering. But our ability to be able to instill hope, to believe in hope, and to exercise hope and share hope in all that we do, as ambassadors to peace ourselves, the ambassadors to hope ourselves, and to help illuminate the innate light in each child to shine with inherent brilliance. So the next time you have an opportunity to be with a child, how will you spend that time? How will you mind the moment? Thank you.